Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Saturday, February 18, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Bowling Green Falcons versus Toledo Rockets. Toledo is having a fantastic season this year and will continue to roll on Saturday. Look for Toledo to use their strengths on both sides of the ball to dominate a lackluster Bowling Green team. Take the Rockets to do enough Saturday afternoon to extend their win streak with a road win and cover. Our team pick is Toledo Rockets -8 points. Rage Dennis is the offensive leader for Toledo this season, averaging 18.8 points per game on 46.5% shooting to go along with a team-leading 5.7 assists as well. JT Shumate averages 17.1 points per game, and Dante Maddox chips at 11.3 points per game as well. Big man Cedric Milner Jr. averages a team-high 5.9 rebounds to go along with 15.4 points per game as well. The Bowling Green Falcons remain at home Saturday afternoon 6 games with low .500 on a 6-game losing streak after a 3-point loss to Central Michigan. Defensively, Bowling Green was outmatched as Central Michigan scored 77 points on 52.8% shooting and a blistering 50% from beyond the arc. Bowling Green did shoot the ball well, making 43.9% of their shots but made only 57.7% of their free throws and turned the ball over 12 times, resulting in the loss. Leon Ayers III is the offensive leader for Bowling Green this season, averaging 17.7 points per game on 48.3% shooting from the floor. Samari Curtis averages 12.1 points to go along the team leading 4.3 assists, and Caden Matheny average 11 points per game as well. Chandler Turner averages 9.4 points to go along with a team-high 6 rebounds per game. Our total pick is under 166.5 points. Colorado State versus Fresno State. The Rams won the last meeting by 22 points, crushing a -6.5 spread in the process. Colorado State held the Bulldogs to just 38.8% shooting on the day while lighting up the nets on their end to the tune of 54.7% shooting from the field and 48.3% from three. The Rams also did much better with possession, dishing out 26 assists to Fresno's 15, and only turning the ball over 6 times in the game to Fresno's 13. Now, Colorado State's scoring and shooting have been down over the last 5 games, while Fresno State's has been up, but not nearly enough to make up a 22-point gap. I feel that this game will be much closer and the Bulldogs' defense will do a better job of locking up the Rams shooters. However, I just don't see the hosts winning this game, so the Rams getting points is very enticing here. Colorado State is 9-0 ATS in the last 9 meetings with Fresno State. Why not make it an even 10? Our team pick is Colorado State plus 1.5 points. The Rams won the last meeting by 22 points, crushing a -6.5 spread in the process. Colorado State held the Bulldogs to just 38.8% shooting on the day while lighting up the nets on their end to the tune of 54.7% shooting from the field and 48.3% from three. The Rams also did much better with possession, dishing out 26 assists to Fresno's 15, and only turning the ball over 6 times in the game to Fresno's 13. Now, Colorado State's scoring and shooting have been down over the last 5 games, while Fresno State's has been up, but not nearly enough to make up a 22-point gap. I feel that this game will be much closer and the Bulldogs' defense will do a better job of locking up the Rams shooters. However, I just don't see the hosts winning this game, so the Rams getting points is very enticing here. Colorado State is 9-0 ATS in the last 9 meetings with Fresno State. Why not make it an even 10? Our total pick is over 134 points. Pittsburgh versus Virginia Tech. Pitt is on a roll in more ways than one, with 6 straight-up wins and 5 straight ATS wins. They are 8-2 ATS over their last 10 games, and burying the lead here, they are an astonishing 9-0 ATS on the road this season. Virginia Tech's 8-6 record ATS at home isn't shabby, but next to what the Panthers have done on the road, it's paltry. The Panthers' offense likes to make other teams run, and despite the fact they lean on their 5 starters heavily, they are more than up to the task in that department. They also hold an advantage on the boards, so Virginia Tech may have some issues in getting their offense flowing. Pitt is 9-1 ATS when they have been the underdog this season, and the underdog is 8-3-1 ATS in the last 12 meetings between the schools. Take the Panthers plus 3.5 points. HASA 2 teams like to score and have had a combined 31 over their games this season go over. In the tempo ratings, Ken Palm ranks Pitt 189th and Virginia Tech 183. So, while neither team is considered a track team, they can and should get it. The Hokies have scored at least 74 points in 6 of their last 7 games, with 3 of those 83 or more. The Panthers have scored 77 or more in each of their last 3 games and 4 of their last 6. Both teams have also been putting up plenty of shots to get us there, Pitt having 60 and 66 in their last 2 games, respectively, while Virginia Tech put up a whopping 73 shots in their last game. For Covers.com, the over is 11-1-1 in the Panthers' last 13 road games and is 4-0 in the Hokies' last 4 games versus a team with a winning record over .600. Take the over 147 points. Texas A&M versus Missouri. Texas A&M made light work of Missouri when they played them in College Station last month, beating them 82-64. Per OddsShark, it was their 12th SU win in the last 16 games against Missouri. I'm going to ride that trend and back the Aggies to cover on Saturday. Another intriguing trend, Texas A&M is 6-1 SU in their last 7 road games against Missouri. It's been pure domination in this series. So clearly no one is afraid of the atmosphere in Columbia. The environment shouldn't impact the 22nd ranked offense, which averages 115.3 points per 100 possessions. I think the Aggies' offense will hold up on the road, and they'll do enough to cover the line in this one. Our team pick is Texas A&M Aggies plus 1.5 points. These are 2 of the most dynamic offenses in the country, each ranking inside the top 25 in terms of offensive efficiency. Missouri brings in the 6th best offense, scoring 119.8 points per 100 possessions. As for Texas A&M, they're 22nd, 115.3. To further elaborate on my point above about the Aggies' offense traveling well, it's worth mentioning that Missouri is 219th in defensive efficiency, allowing 106.7 points per 100 possessions. In terms of defensive shooting, the Tigers are 209th, letting opponents hit 44.6% of their shots. Finally, it's worth mentioning that Missouri loves to play in higher scoring games. They're 15-11 to the over this season, including a 4-2 run to the over in their last 6 conference games. Let's root for offense in this one. Our total pick is over 152.5 points. Duke versus Syracuse. Give me Syracuse in this one. The Orange have been coming on strong lately, having won 3 games in a row entering this one, most recently toppling a ranked NC State team. Duke is a really young team that is inconsistent at best, and they've really struggled on the road this year, so I couldn't even consider laying points with them on the road here. The Blue Devils have lost 4 of their past 5 games away from home, and they've lost 2 of their past 3 overall, with the only win in that span coming by just 4 points at home against lowly Notre Dame. Duke's leading scorer is Kyle Filipowski, and just 2 games ago he was held scoreless. The freshman is going to struggle with elite shot blocker Jesse Edwards in the post here. Our team pick is Syracuse plus 1.5 points. I also like the over a lot in this spot. 4 of Duke's top 5 scorers are freshmen, and I think their defense will be a bit lost here on the road. Syracuse has scored at least 75 points in 3 straight games, and they have 3 different players averaging more than 14 per game. Joseph Girard III is averaging 16.9 points on 38% shooting from deep, but he hasn't even been the one stealing the show lately. Judah Mintz has scored at least 15 points in 6 straight games, and Jesse Edwards has scored at least 18 in 3 straight. Syracuse ranks 69th nationally in offensive efficiency according to KenPom, but just 119th in defensive efficiency. Jim Boeheim patented zone defense isn't what it used to be. Our total pick is over. Utah versus Arizona State. I'm laying the points with Arizona State here for a few reasons. Utah's record is a bit fraudulent, and almost all of their recent wins have come against the conference's weakest teams. when they have had to step up in competition, it hasn't gone too well, like when they fell by 26 points to Arizona their last time out. The Utes have lost 4 of their past 5 games on the highway, with all 4 of those losses coming by double digits. Their only victory in that span was against a hapless Oregon State team that doesn't even crack the top 200 in the KenPom rankings. Arizona State is better than most people realize, and they have 4 different guys scoring in double figures. Our team pick is ASU minus 3 points. The under also makes a lot of sense in this spot, as both teams are far better on defense than they are on offense. Utah ranks 95th in offense according to KenPom but 33rd on defense, while Arizona State is 130th in offense and 34th in defense. 2 of the Utes' 3 leading scorers are shooting below 38% from the field, and the other one is Brandon Carlson, who has been ice cold recently. Carlson is just 7/30 seconds from beyond the arc over their past 5 games. The Sun Devils are shooting just 31.5% from downtown as a team, and also shoot below 70% from the foul line. Arizona State has given up 67 points or fewer in 4 of their past 5, and one of those games went to overtime. Our total pick is under. Georgia versus Alabama. This is a very big spread, especially in a game this late in the season between 2 winning teams. Of course, Georgia hasn't played at nearly the level that Alabama has, but this is the biggest margin in which they've been an underdog this season. As an underdog, the Bulldogs are 1-5 ATS in their last 6 games as an underdog and 0-4 ATS in games where they were an underdog by 10 or more points. Against other top SEC teams, Texas A&M and Tennessee, the Bulldogs lost by an average of 27 points in 2 games and averaged just 49 points. Alabama will surely be looking to let out their frustrations as well after losing in their first shot as the top-ranked team in the country. They haven't skipped a beat, still scoring and shooting at a very high rate. The Tide will also own the Bulldogs on the boards, setting them up for a big win at home. Alabama is 4-1 ATS in the last 5 meetings with Georgia and 5-1 ATS in their last 6 games at home. Take the Crimson Tide minus 18.5 points. Again, we have another big number 1 this game, but this time I'm not sure we can get over it. We know full well that the Crimson Tide can and will score big, especially in the face of their loss to Tennessee. However, it's the Bulldogs who are of concern. They have had big trouble putting up points against top teams. They scored just 41 against the number 4 Tennessee and just 57 versus second-place Texas A&M. Even when they win, they tend to tally low, like the 65 versus LSU or 58 in a win over Mississippi State. Alabama has held their last 5 opponents under 70 points and 9 of their last 10. Over their last 10 games, the Tide have held their opponents to an average of 67.1 points per game, and this included the 93 that Oklahoma hung on them a few weeks back. The under is 4-1 in Alabama's last 5 games. Take the under. UC Davis versus UC Irvine. The ability to grab offensive rebounds is prevalent as UC Davis is 103rd in the nation with 9.2 offensive rebounds per game, while UC Irvine is 221st in college basketball with 8 offensive rebounds per game this year. Block percentage can also tell us a good amount about these defenses, and the Aggies are posting a 4.1 block percentage while the Anteaters have a 3.7 block percentage right now. The road team has covered the spread in each of the previous 6 games against one another, so go with the UC Davis Aggies to cover here. Our team pick is UC Davis Aggies plus 7.5 points. These offenses have done well as of late scoring the basketball, as the Aggies are averaging 71.8 points in their last 5 games, while the Anteaters are scoring 69.3 points in their previous 3 outings. Both teams are shooting the ball well throughout the season, as UC Davis is shooting 45.9% from the field while UC Irvine is connecting on 47.5% from the floor. The over has hit in 5 of the last 6 Aggies games against teams with a winning record, as well as in 4 of the previous 5 Anteaters home games, so go with the over here too.